Are you excited or nervous to go see Dr. Paradise?
Kind of nervous just because I've never done any kind of counseling or anything or therapy, so.
Are you afraid that you might have to face issues you don't want to face?
Partially, yeah. So, but I'll do it. It is what it is, and it'll help, so.
You're gonna go on your own. I'm gonna stay out here.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I know I need to do this one on my own, so that way I can get everything out. So.
William?
How you doing?
I'm Dr. Paradise. Come on in.
All right.
Welcome.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. So let's take you back to the beginning. Where'd you grow up, William?
So I grew up in Austin and around the Austin area.
What was your weight like growing up?
So it was up until, I want to say my sophomore year of high school, I weighed like 90, 100 pounds maybe.
How tall were you?
I want to say like 5'5"-ish.
Okay, so you were a skinny kid.
Yeah, I was really tiny.
Not at all, like.
No.
So what'd you do after high school?
So I went to Job Corps.
Sure, I know about that, yeah.
And then I met my ex-wife, and then we ended up getting married. We got married about 6 months after we met.
Okay, so pretty quick
Yeah.
then. Okay, you know, usually one person's pushing for the divorce, and
She more so was.
okay.
And I told her that if she wanted the divorce, then she would have to file the paperwork and pay all the fees and all that.
So you stopped by making it hard for her.
Yeah.
Maybe she wouldn't divorce you. How'd that work?
We got divorced.
Usually doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay. How steady was the weight gain after that point?
It was drastic. It was kind of almost like it wasn't overnight, but it seemed like it was almost overnight.
Any contact with your ex-wife after that?
No, we've had no contact since ever again. We've blocked each other on all social medias.
Interesting.
Things like that.
Okay. What's going on with your hand, by the way?
I cut it the other day.
Yeah, and you know, the reason I asked is that bandage looks very homemade.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't look like a doctor took a look at that.
Not at all.
Right.
I just...
I feel like that's a metaphor for everything we're talking about. You know, sometimes they say the way you do anything is the way you do everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like you have these big wounds and you're putting incomplete fixes on them, and you're at risk of falling out of the program now.
Yeah.
Which could be fatal for you, right? You're not getting the surgery could shorten your life by
plenty of like 10 plus years at least.
Right.
Okay. So I mean.
So William, I want to talk more about your divorce.
Okay.
So tell me how it went down for you.
So it was literally on my birthday. Basically, I got dropped off at the airport.
Wait, I don't even understand.
So she took me to the airport without me realizing it.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Get in the car with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then hands you a ticket?
Yeah. And then
Packed your bag for you?
Yeah. And then I flew back here.
What?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what that's
I feel like that's kind of what started the whole weight gain, was like the shock of that.
So William, I'm a little bit concerned that earlier we talked about your divorce and it was like no big deal, and then I hear all this stuff later, and I feel like you're not always straightforward about stuff.
Yeah, I try to be as honest as I can with everybody. Of course.
Okay.
You know.
Did you have something with Dr. Now where he felt like you weren't truthful to him?
With staying on track for his diet, yeah.
Okay, tell me about that.
So, I think it was the last appointment or the appointment before. I told him I would stay on track with the diet and I would cut back on soda, and he didn't trust me at all that I would do it. I feel like people don't trust what I say is the truth.
Well, but in that case, it wasn't the truth, right? Like you said, did you make it sound like you were following the diet and then you gained a bunch of weight?
To me, I don't think I did. Like, I don't feel like I made it seem like I was following the diet exactly, because I mean, wasn't following it exactly as it should be.
You're kind of hemming and hawing even as we're talking right now.
Yeah, no, so I don't feel like I followed.
Were you honest about following the diet with Dr. Now?
I feel like I was. I wasn't, like I told him I wasn't following it exactly, but I was trying my best to be as close to the diet as I could.
Who suffers for that misrepresentation?
Me.
Yeah. So, William, I'm going to have you do something interesting.
Okay.
I want you to create a journal, and what I want you to log in that journal is this tendency to misrepresent things, right? Okay. And I want you to go back in your past, and there's probably some examples in your marriage and other parts in your life. And what I want you to write down is, this is what I was leading people to believe. That this is not to make you feel bad about yourself. This is to help you recognize, because we lie to ourselves more than we even lie to other people, don't we? Yeah. Over time, I think you're going to embrace the truth. You're going to embrace the reality. But I want you to put it down so you can see it.
Okay.
Okay. Good. William, how have you stayed accountable over time to the diet, to the other thing? What do you do to keep track of how you're doing?
I would say communication with my mom, because she'll ask me what I'm eating and.
Okay. But you don't really have like a ticker other than your weight. You really don't have a way to keep track of how healthy you're being. So what I want you to do is set up some system with your mom where she keeps some track of your positive behaviors. And this is not just the food, not just the calories, but I want to know when you're exercising, even when you're just choosing the right foods. That'll show up in the calories, but some system that she helps you track the number of good choices that you're making, positive behaviors, and that you have some kind of running tally of that. Okay. And then ideally, as you accrue those, we'll call them merits, right? Some kind of token that you use to keep track of that stuff. You could even, have like a fishbowl where she puts them in, and you could sort of see the accumulation of the positive behaviors you're doing. Okay. William, it was terrific to meet with you.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm pretty clear that if you can be honest with yourself, you're going to get back on track, right? Yeah. First step is being honest about what you're actually eating, how well you're following the plan. That's the prerequisite to make any progress. William, thanks for coming. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Take care, man.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hey.
Hey, how'd it go?
It went good. The things I'm going to take from this is how to better myself and how to move past any hurt or rejection or depression, and how not to supplement those feelings with food.